There's a bust of eugenist Margaret Sanger in the National Portrait Institute. Now, Margaret Sanger, of course, and this bust is part of their civil rights exhibit, to make it even worse. Part of their civil rights exhibit. And the National Portrait Institute is run by the Smithsonian. I can't speak. Anyway, so it's part of their civil rights exhibit. Margaret Sanger, obviously the founder of Planned Parenthood, she once proudly spoke to the KKK. And it is true. Maybe you've seen that picture online of Margaret Sanger standing up in front of a bunch of hooded KKK members and giving a speech. That photo is fake. It's Photoshop, not a real photo. But she did actually speak to the KKK. She spoke to a group of female KKK members. She was a proponent of the eugenics movement, and the eugenics movement which was popular in the early 20th century. The eugenics movement was and is all about ridding society of the undesirable classes through forced sterilization and abortion and other methods. Now, Sanger's apologists will say that she was not a racist and that she wasn't looking to specifically annihilate the black race. Instead, she was looking to just get rid of poor people, and especially people with mental disabilities, regardless of the race. And that's true. That doesn't make her any better. She's still, that's a heck of a defense, isn't it? But I think it's interesting. I've actually seen, there's a certain quote from Margaret Sanger that her defenders will cite in order to defend her against racism charges. And I want to read this quote to you. This is her talking to a group of black pastors. And this is what she said. She said, the most successful educational approach to the Negro is through a religious appeal. We don't want the word to get out that we want to exterminate the Negro population, and the minister is the man who can straighten out the idea if it ever occurs to any of their more rebellious members. Now, I'm not sure that her statement about educating, quote, rebellious Negroes does much to debunk the racism charges. I don't think it does. But I do know that she explicitly desired to eradicate the undesirables, and then the organization that she founded, which was later known as Planned Parenthood, though at the time when she founded it, I think it was called the Birth Control League or something like that. That organization would then go on to actually eradicate over 7 million undesirables, according to her. I don't think that's a coincidence, you see? I think she had this idea, and then the organization she founded went on to carry out that idea, preying especially on minority neighborhoods and killing a disproportionate number of black babies. That's not a coincidence. Now, ironically, this bust of Margaret Sanger has been defended. The person who runs the National Portrait Institute defended it on the grounds that her racist views mirrored her time. So they were, part of the historical context. And also, the National Portrait Institute said that, well, the effort to remove the bust is really part of an ideologically motivated campaign.